This week we're going to talk about effects, plugins that we will add to each track. So I want you to think about effects as a signal processor. So the idea that a signal goes out, signal goes in, a process is run on the signal, and the process signal comes out. So the signal processor has like a transform function. So it does the same thing to every signal. So if we do it like in a simple math analogy, and if you think about the black box as the signal processor, so on the first line, if 1 goes in and 3 comes out, and then 3 goes in and 5 comes out, then 7 goes in and 9 comes out, you can figure out sort of that what the black box does is it adds 2 to the number. So similar things will happen with audio signal, although obviously the math is more complicated. So the effects plugin goes in the insert line on the channel strip, and we'll show that in the subsequent videos when I actually put some plugins in and we hear how they affect the sounds. You'll see where that goes. So there are 3 basic domains of effects that we're going to talk about in this part of the class. The first domain is the frequency domain. So these are effects that deal with the frequency content of audio. So these are generally filters and EQ. And I'll go into more depth on those on the video on frequency domain effects. And then the dynamics domain are effects that deal with the dynamic level of audio. So things like gates, compressors, limiters. Again, we'll go into each of those in more depth in a later video. And then the time domain, which is things that affect the time aspect of a signal. So things like reverb and delay.